All right, so I'm gonna break down this week. Um, I've been at Dart about to be a year now. So what happened was I started last year around this time. I got injured and I was down for probably I don't know. I was down for a while, but I decided not to come back, but they kept in touch and they finally opened up, and I was on the percentage 75% of the load with them, and I loved it. It was good. I had a truck, I had a Freightliner, leased through them. It 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 was good. It was a good deal, man. And that truck I had no problems the whole time I had that truck. So it was a good deal. But so I got injured. Turned the truck back in. Um, they they kept in touch every so often and seen how I was doing or whatever, and asked, whenever you're ready, come on back. And then but they closed the percentage, so I was not hearing that. I was like, I'm not interested. I'll just stay home. So I was staying home playing with my son. He was 1 at the time, so and doing that, playing with the family, so and just enjoying life. And they finally called me back like November, maybe. Yeah, November. They called me back in November of this year and said, percentage thing's back open and we would love to come if you're able to come. I was like, well, let me see, let me think about it. They sent me all the truck information, all the other information. Everything was the same, So I was like, you know what? Let me give it a go. He was like, hey, if you can't do it, we understand. But if you give it a try and you can go out for a month or two or whatever, go out and then, and it's too much for you, we understand. You can go ahead and, just turn the truck back in and go about your way or whatever. It's because I built a relationship, and I was making them money. I was making them a lot of money because the freight was real good at that time, real good. So I was making them money and stuff like that, which is always good. And I never had any problems. I was always just getting loads and going about my business, So, and plus, good thing the truck never had no problems. So, got me called me back when this Monday, November. November, I came back, went to orientation. I didn't want to go back up to Wisconsin because that's where I went the first time. So I was like, what about Texas or Atlanta? So I was gonna fly to Texas, I guess. Um, but something was going on with the flights. It was like super expensive for them. They was well, not really, but they said it was super expensive. So I was like, you know what? If they got one in Atlanta this Monday or whatever, this Wednesday or Monday, I said I'll just go to Atlanta. I'll just rent the car and I'll just drive down there. And they was like, oh, okay. So they rented a car or whatever. Drove down there. The guy hooked me up at the rental place. He gave me a real nice car. Drove down there Monday. Orientation was only a day. That's crazy. So, right, you know what I mean? Like, orientation was just a day. So basically, we was done by Tuesday sometime. But I ended up having to be there longer because all kind of stuff was happening with, from my back or whatever. I had to get permissions from certain things and all this stuff. So I got and I had a medicine I was taking, but I haven't, I was a medicine I was taking, so I had to get permission from a doctor from the VA. I had to get permission from the VA to come back on or whatever. And by this time, it's like Thursday. So I finally get my truck, pick up the truck or whatever I picked out, and Kenworth 2018 Kenworth T680, with 200 and something miles or whatever. There's another one that was up in Ohio. This one was in the yard in Atlanta. The other one was up in Ohio, back actually right next to where I lived at, and it had 190 miles on it, 190,000 miles, and Man, I should have went and got that. I should have just drove back up to the house and get that. I just didn't want to drive again or fly because I did take more baggage than I should have. I took like 3 bags, and then I would have to put those and probably pay for one of the bags on the flight. So I was like, I didn't really want to do that. So I was like, you know what? Let me check this truck out, test drive it, whatever. And it was nice. So they came and they washed the car and everything. I mean, car. They washed the truck. Right there, the day I was picking it up, they washed it and everything. Had a team come in with a truck and all this, and do all kind of washing it and all that stuff and making it cute and pretty. So I started driving, and I was he got me a freight straight to the house. He got me a load straight to the house on Saturday. That delivered like Sunday or Monday, because I couldn't really find none. He said, I'll find one for you. It was heavy, but I got to the house, got all my stuff, and came back out the house like on Tuesday, right? So on Tuesday, I came out, started driving, picking some loads. I was like, man, we back at it. We love it. But all of a sudden, I just happened to call him and said, you got any juicy loads or anything like that? He said, yeah. And he started feeding me freight. Like, I approved it. I had to approve it. I had to approve it. But some of this freight, he's like, yo, so I got a load from Bell Camp to Tyler. Bell Camp to Texas, right? This load was paying $7,200. Dry van. The weight was 5,000 pounds, yo. Crazy. And then they had this option to get on to this lane with FedEx, and it was a 12-hour shift, but you was only driving a max of 150 to 250 miles a day. So I guess she was doing stops all throughout the day, whatever. But it was paying $8,000. It started on Wednesday, it ended on Monday morning. Started Wednesday night, ended Monday morning, and it was paying $8,000. I'm not lying. Like, I don't make this stuff up. And I was like, God dang. So, I was cleaning, and then my truck went down. So then my truck went down. I was in the shop for like 2.5 weeks, and all they had to do was fix one wire in freaking Lima, Ohio. Like, I'll never go up there again. So Lima, Ohio, it took them 2.5 weeks to fix one wire because they never would put it in the shop. I told them exactly what was wrong because they told me what was wrong. Dart did. They said they're having these problems. They had she said she had 3 callers before me about the same issue, and come to find out it's some kind of wire that's either getting frayed or something like that, and it's messing up the transmission, and so now the transmission is not reading. And so I told them this, and they was like, oh, okay. 2.5 weeks later, they said, all right, we're putting it in the shop. They called me. They put it in the shop that morning. They called me later that afternoon and said, all right, the wire, it was a wire. We looked at it and it's fixed, and we're just gonna put you some new batteries in because Dart said go ahead and throw some new batteries in there. And I was like, all this time for that? So I was mad. So then I drive a little bit, make some money. I go back, and same thing started happening. So I had to go in the shop. So I've been in the shop like twice. Anyway, now what I was getting, the whole point of this was getting to, I mentioned that was just one load, but usually the weeks, I'm trying to average, a certain amount of weeks. So this week, I grossed, I'll say gross. Because that was a gross. That was 7,200 gross for that one load down there. But for that one load down to Texas. But I also did a load before that, and so that week was real good. But so gross this week is, one load is $3,000, another one is $18,000, and another one's $19,000. So we're doing good this week. So I just average it up, it's about almost $5,000, so 47. All right, so yeah. So what's that 3? Okay, so yeah, that's 66. Well, and I'm taking No, yeah. So I'm taking home. Well, let me say this, because I got to be 100% transparent, because you guys will murk me. So I'm netting 46 something. I just added it up on the Qualcomm, whatever, 46 something. I got fuel, and my truck payment is 5 a week, right? And then I got insurances, fuel, insurances, and truck payment 5 a week. So I haven't added my fuel yet, because I still got to do this load and the next load. So I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet. But hey, this is solo. Mind you, I did teams. You guys seen the videos. I was doing teams. My brother is still doing teams at the same company I was at when I was doing teams. Of course he's doing excellent, just like I was, whatever. But and he's still making very good money, and he lives in Washington State. So, like he told me yesterday, we was talking. He was like, he called him and asked him. He said, does it matter? He just wanted. It was just curious. Does it matter how long I stay, home or whatever? They was like, well, no, but your insurances are adding up. So you're at probably about $1,800 in insurance add up, because he's been home like 2 months, right? And he was like, yeah, okay, well, I'll make that in one load. Like, basically, because he's got to leave out of Washington, and out of Washington he usually goes to Georgia or something crazy, and he's that's like 6,000, something like that, maybe, so he makes that in one load. So, man, I'll make that in one load as a team, so they'll get it done in 2 days, 3 days, 2 days or whatever. So he's like, yeah, I'll make that in one load, so I'm not really worried about it. I just wanted to know if you guys, they was like, no. So I loved that about Panther. I'm tired of these companies, these big name companies. If you go home for 31 days or whatever, these dudes will make you come back and retrain. Look, that was the last straw with Schneider. I was totally fed up. My truck was like cutting up, man, and I was down for 2 months. At Schneider, because they couldn't fix the issue. They had no idea. And I'm asking for, like, can I get another truck or whatever? Can I do something so I can, get out here and make some money, so I'm not in the hole? So they was like, basically, yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. But when I called them, Dart, they literally was like, yo, we got some brand new 2022 Peterbilts, so we're going to see if we can get you on that. If your truck is not going to be ready by what's it called, we're going to see if we can do something. So they was going to, like, we'll do something. They got the head maintenance man involved, like whoever the chief is of the maintenance, and whoever is over him in the fleet or in the office, whatever it was. So we was all on 3-way, whatever. So yeah, but yeah, that's the only thing I don't like. Like, come on, man. So I was down. I wasn't down 2 months. I was down 33 days. That's what I'm sorry. 33 days. So they said. So I called. I said, all right, my truck's finally fixed. I'm book a load. They was like, what? No, you can't book a load. Because I was trying to do it on the app. They was like, it was saying no or something. They was like, you can't book a load. You have to come back and do retraining. I'm like, what do you mean? They was like, yeah, you have to come back and do a driver's test. And I said, what? They said, well, you been down. I said, you mean to tell me in 31 days I forgot how to drive my truck? Is that what you're telling me? So in 10 years, I take a break for 30 days. Well, I didn't take a break. I was down for 30 days. And you mean to tell me now I forgot how to drive? What sense did that make? So I'm going back and forth because I'm furious. Like, usually I'm calm and I'm like, oh, I'm heated. I'm so mad because I'm not driving. And then they wanted me to drive all the way to freaking Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to take a test. I was so mad, yo. I was so mad. I was like, you know what? And it was December. So it was freezing and there was snow. And they wanted me to drive over there, and my contract was coming up to renew it. Because I already did 3 years in this bad boy. So my contract was coming up to renew it. And I'm like, nah, bro. I'm good. And my son was just born the month before in November. I was like, I weighed the options. I was like, you know what? no, I'm good. So I just went home, like, and I was home for like 6 months. I was home for like 6 months, yo. So before I came over to Dart, so I was home for like 6 months, and right, yeah. So I was home for like 6 months, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So I decided not to do that and go back with them. I love their load board, no lie, but I'm over here doing the same. Well, not the same. Well, actually the same thing, because I got an app for Schneider. I got it's the Schneider app, and I can pick loads up on there, and somebody sends me an email every morning without fail at 8 o'clock in the morning about all the loads for like the next 3 or 4 days, right? And so I can book off there. Sometimes they're higher on there than they are on the app, and sometimes they're on there, they're not on the app. They're not even on the app. So yeah, he's telling me come get my paperwork. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that real quick. Awesome stuff. I mean, I'm loving it. Only thing is, yeah, they still got that. I think they still got that retrain stuff from down for like 31 days. I ain't doing that bull crap. So I'll be down 30 days, come back, do one load, and then I go back to work or something, because I'm not doing no re-driving somewhere. That's ridiculous. But man, I mean, I love it. Like this week, I said I'm about to kill it. I'm supposed to be going to Vegas. I'm going to Vegas in March. So and I'm actually going to drive down there. I'm just going to get some low. I'm actually debating, because my boy, he's a travel agent, and we went to Myrtle Beach like last month or whatever, a month before, and we loved it. And he had a good hotel right on the beach, real good price. We was right on the beach, and so and he got a deal for me to go to Vegas for 4 days, and I can go early. I would just drive. I mean, I would just fly. But I was going to drive, book a load down there, book one out. Makes sense. Truck driver, I should do that. But sometimes, you want to break. Sometimes you want to just be catered to. You just want to fly. Throw my little one bag, because I'm only taking one bag. Throw my little army backpack on the thing and roll out. But I can make 25 to 4,000 to get over there from Ohio or whatever, and then make some good money to get out. So I'm debating, but you guys stay safe. This is the first video of, Lord willing, many, because I'm working hard and it's hard to do all these all the time. So peace.